All right, in today's video, I'm going to give you five things to think about in a competitive spring market. While this applies to 2024, it may well apply to other markets that are relatively competitive. And going into spring, there's some things you need to know as a buyer to set yourself apart, to give yourself a chance in a competitive market. So stay tuned. I'm going to list these five things. I'm going to give you real life examples as a mortgage broker who's in the minutia day in and day out. Stay tuned. All right, Matt, the mortgage guy. To connect with me and my team, go to greatmortgagebroker.com. If you like this type of content from somebody who's actively out there doing it, right? I'm not talking about real estate or talking about mortgage from a place of like, I've read a few articles and I've talked to a few people. Actively talking to buyers, actively talking to real estate agents, actively submitting offers, doing mortgages. I'm in the weeds, guys. So the information I give you is less based on research and data and more based on real life scenarios, real life examples. Me and my team are licensed in 48 states. So we're doing business all over the country. And I can tell you that a lot of this stuff applies to many, many markets. So it's not just Sacramento, California. It's not just, different parts of Florida and Tennessee and Texas where we're doing more business than other places. Most places, spring of 2024, highly competitive. These five things are going to help you out. First and foremost, get pre-approved for a mortgage. I say it on a lot of videos. I don't want to belabor this point, but it's more than just saying, yes, you're approved for 600,000 with 5% down. It's actually getting information and data about your specific scenario. At 5% down, here's what a mortgage is going to look like on a monthly basis. Here's what my total cash to close is going to be. Maybe if I took from this investment and I put 10% down, or if I got a gift over here, my mortgage would look like this. Which one and what do I want to do? Get all that stuff out of the way. Do all of that work before you're out there shopping for homes and popping into open houses on these beautiful spring days where emotion might get the best of you. Number two, define your priorities and must-haves. I've talked about the 80-10-10 rule. Know that when you go out there and you're buying a house, especially if you're a first-time home buyer, it's not going to be 100% of what you like. It's not going to be your dream home. It won't be your forever home. So stick with the 80-10-10. It's 80% of the things you're looking for. The neighborhood, we were looking for 3 bedrooms. We wanted to make sure we had a garage because we do, crafts in there, or I parked my car in there, whatever the case may be. 80% is exactly what you kind of defined as the things you wanted. 10% you can learn to live with. Yeah, I didn't like, this layout, but it's actually kind of cool. I could learn to live with that. 10% you can change. It's got outdated bathrooms. I don't really like them. All right, you can change that, right? Can't change neighborhood. You can't change a lot of things, but 80% of what you're looking for, 10% you're willing to live with, and 10% you can change. Number 3, this one is so important. It's right in the middle, 1 and 5. It's like the peak of importance. Working with a knowledgeable real estate agent. I cannot tell you how important this is. And as a mortgage broker, I get to see the best of the best and the worst of the worst in a competitive buying market, whether it's spring, winter, fall, summer, it doesn't matter. In a competitive market, the biggest disadvantage you will have as a buyer is working with an agent who's not knowledgeable. Not because they're not going to find you the house, or not because they don't have access to the listings that are this one just sold on this street. Do you know that that one on the next street is going to go live next Friday? Oh, somebody in my office just presented that they've got a fixer-upper off market that they're not sure if they're going to bring it to market or not, but we can go look that. We can go tour that house as well. Oh, if you love this neighborhood and you like this school, do you know that you could live over here in this zip code? And that's also part of that school district. And the houses are 10% cheaper. All this stuff, highly knowledgeable real estate agent is worth their weight in gold. So connect yourself with a knowledgeable real estate agent. Trust me, you will thank me later. Number 4, stay updated on the market. Now, you don't have to be a market expert. That's why you have a real estate agent that's super knowledgeable. That's why you got a mortgage broker super knowledgeable, because you can bounce ideas off of them. You can stay updated through conversations with them, or maybe things that your real estate agent sends you. But have an idea of, I'm looking at this neighborhood, and as I watch, everything sells within the first 5 or 6 days. That's interesting. And I was thinking about maybe going to this neighborhood, but from what I've seen, the type of house that I'm looking for doesn't ever show up. I've been looking at it for 4 months. Have an idea and start to learn a little bit about the market. Now, there's a fine line between, obsessing on every little thing and just having a general feel for fluctuations in the market. Because you can go 1 month to the next. You can go from 6.9 to 7.1 interest rate, and the dynamics of the real estate market change quite a bit. So stay updated on the market. Either do your own research or just talk to the professionals that you have around you, mortgage broker, real estate agent, and leverage their help and their knowledge. Last, and certainly not least, this one is important. In the kind of market we're in right now, be ready to act quickly. I told you I'd come with some specific examples. So here's some unfortunate examples where, as a mortgage broker, I've got a client pre-approved. They're well qualified. They're putting 20% down. They're conventional, verified income, verified assets. They are a strong buyer, but they didn't follow number 3. They're not working with a knowledgeable real estate agent. And that knowledgeable real estate agent knows that number 5 that I'm talking about, be ready to act quickly, is vitally important. The real estate market moves fast, especially right now. And some houses will get into contract in 4 days, 5 days, 6 days. Prime example, got an agent who was thinking about writing an offer, talking to the client. Yes, I like this place. The communication piece, vitally important. Great agents do it really well. They started off right. They called the listing agent. The listing agent said, listen, I've got an offer in hand. I am going to likely present this to my client who would like to get this in contract and get moving forward. So if you have an offer, if you're going to write one, I need it within the next hour. Tell me if you're going to send me something, because talking about writing an offer and an agent having an offer in hand are light years apart, right? Long story short, offer doesn't get written until that evening. Agent doesn't get communicated with, so they don't know if it's even coming. Client accepts offer. Be ready to act quickly. That means your agent needs to be able to act quickly. You as the buyer need to be able to act quickly, not on every house, not in every neighborhood, not in every market, but for a lot of these markets, it's important. And it really, in that circumstance, I blame it more on the agent than I do the client. They didn't stress the urgency with the client. They didn't act urgently themselves, to be quite honestly, and it might have cost the client a deal they really, really liked. So hopefully this was helpful. Let me know what other things you're seeing in your markets that are important. Let me know what questions you have for me. Leave the comments. Trust me, I read them. I try to respond to as many as possible. A new thing I'm going to be doing, please subscribe to the channel. Do all the things, right? Notification bell and like and comment. But in your comments, leave me stuff you'd like me to talk about. As somebody who's in the game all day, every day, I want questions from you that I can record a long form video on, because if you have the question, many others do too. So quick recap, get yourself pre-approved, define your priorities, 80-10-10, good rule of thumb, work with a knowledgeable real estate agent, stay updated on the market, and be ready to act quickly. That's my best advice for a competitive spring buying market. Thanks for watching again. Subscribe, comment, like, share, do all the things. I appreciate you guys. Whoever's here this long, bravo. You made it to the end.